The culinary Super Bowl is upon us. Thanksgiving, all right? You know, it's the one time out of the year, perhaps, for some families that everybody sits around a table, and what's smack dab in the middle of it? A bird. You can't underestimate the majesty of a bird. We're going spatchcock for another year, team. Here we go. Let's get into the action. First thing we need to do, no matter what, is pull out these pieces and parts. You know,
the goodies, the presents.
The presents, the goodies, the neck and the good heart and stuff. That's all I've got, so we'll reserve that for later. Oh, look what I found. There it is. Sneaky, sneaky. So if you haven't spatchcocked, all you're doing is cutting out the spinal region, and the best way to do that is either with a pair of kitchen shears if you're not too comfortable with a knife. Stand the bird away from you, meaning the legs are facing away, breast meat facing away. And I'm gonna stick the knife in the neck cavity and just start working my way down. Now again, if you're not comfortable with a knife, you can use kitchen shears, but I've just sliced all the way down on the right side of the backbone. Now I'll lay this bird down, breast side down, kind of start opening it up a little bit. This is the keel bone. I wanna take my knife and kind of the heel of my knife and just hit right there on both sides and then open it like a book. Let's try that again. Take the heel of my knife and knock it right there in the center. And now a little positive pressure, and that really helps that bird stay flat. You could leave this on there, but I like to clean that off. Again, a nice pair of kitchen shears would be fine. I'm gonna use my knife. I'm comfortable with the knife. And we're just breaking through those rib bones. And then when we get to where that kind of hip area was, you can pop it out and then slice directly around. That is a good looking bird. While we've got it on this side, let's go ahead and season this side up a little bit. I'm gonna go with just some standard salt, pepper, garlic, so SPG. Flip it on over. All right. So this is how the bird's gonna lay on the grill. That rib cage is gonna help kind of protect things. Now I wanna sneak some butter underneath this skin. So I'll just kind of use my hand to pull away and work a pocket here.
Oh, wow.
See how we're going right underneath there? We'll just take some room temperature butter here, unsalted, because we like to control the amount of salt that we put in something. And we're gonna use 1/2 pound, so that's 2 sticks of butter. And we're gonna hit it with a little salt and pepper. Today we've chosen Argentina steak from Atlanta Grill Company. It's very floral, beautiful. We've got a nice compound butter made now, and all that stuff's just in there, all those big flavors. Let's sneak about this much over each lobe, and you're just gonna kind of put that spoon in there and then use your finger, and voila.
Oh, wow.
It's under there, and it will get down in here. You can kind of work it, and you know, because of the way it's shaped, gravity will take it down. So we're good there. Let's do the other side. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. And as this butter begins to leach out, base the bird and continue on, it's going to drip down onto the coals like we had mentioned and give us that butter smoke. You know, the French love it, right? They call it the burn noisette. It's got this kind of popcorny aroma. You're gonna love this. Now that we've got the butter pads in here, we're gonna take the other half and smear it on the outside. Just kind of pack it on there if you can. It's hard to get on. Really want to get it up on these high points and let it kind of base down. Remember, if your bird is still cold, it's gonna be really hard to get that butter to stick to it. So you want to warm that butter up just a little bit. You can use your hands if you like. Beautiful. And then where we didn't get much seasoning, I want to hit with a little salt and pepper, especially on those legs and thighs. You can sneak butter in there as well if you like. And we're going to continue to season and baste this bird as it cooks. Let's get a little bit more of that Argentina steak seasoning right on top. Again, spatchcock method has been my favorite method for years, for several reasons. It cooks faster. You know, it doesn't have that big air gap in the center. All right, our grill is stabilized at 350 degrees direct. That's right, I said direct. And that's gonna allow, look at our charcoal set up there. So kind of using the heat of a dying flame. I'll just sneak this butter-laden turkey right on there.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
It smells amazing already, and we haven't even started cooking it.
Yeah, winning already, I like to call it. Winning already. But we need to close this dome and then start tampering it down, because you can see we're starting to get some glowing embers, and I don't want to scorch this guy. If you feel more comfortable doing this indirect, feel free. You won't get as much butter smoke. But we're going to dial this down to about the halfway point. Again, we're at 350. I've allowed the ceramic to heat up for about 45 minutes, so we're getting that great radiant cook. Let's look at the draft door. Close it all the way and then open it about yay much. So the heat of the dying flame still fed by oxygen, and the heat of the ceramic are going to take this bird to a beautiful temperature. The breast meat, we're looking for 160. The leg and thigh meat, we're looking for that 170, 175. This method gets them done at the same time. The right temps, different temps at the same time. Beautiful things. We'll check back in about 45 minutes. And we're back. I'll be honest with you, we got caught up with the neighbors, and I didn't come back out 45 minutes. It's probably been closer to 2 hours at this point. What'd you say, Nate?
Yeah, about 2.
About 2 hours. 16-pound bird, just under 300 right now. And that's what I'm talking about. Dang. Like that is the butter smoked turkey. So remember, all that butter was just basting, running down, cool runnings right there, caramelized on the embers below, as you can see it dripping. And then that smoke that comes up is butter smoke. I'm going to use a cutting board as a pizza peel kind of deal.
Good audible.
Yeah. To get to my other cutting board. And look at that. It's a 16-pounder and half a pound of butter plus. Shut this grill here. Shut that down. It's magnificent looking. We could separate the legs and the thighs right now to let this cool, just because we're only held together by skin. So I suggest we do that, but we do need to let this bird rest before we slice into the meat itself. Now, we didn't do vegetables, mashed potatoes, all that stuff, but we've got plenty of those recipes on the channel, so look back at some of those. But you got to let it rest, because it's tense right now. We need to let it relax. We need all those juices to redistribute. If you slice into it and there's a bunch of moisture on the cutting board, that's just moisture that should have been that bite that you or your loved ones are going to have. So let it rest. We're back and we're rolling. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bird.
I'm still getting the butter off the grill, too.
Yeah, I opened it up because it's a little hot, cool out here, rather. And I want you to notice the lack of charcoal that we have in here, right? There's not a whole lot, but it still burns hot. So, again, using the heat of a dying flame, or, get that fire going, let the ceramic accept all that energy, and then cook with the ceramic and just a small fire. It's a beautiful thing. You end up with a great product. So as that butter drips, you're not having flare-ups, really limit the oxygen. Thanksgiving is one of those times where you're able to kind of pump the brakes and just reflect. Don't worry about any of this meat that's left on here, okay? Oh, that tenderloin's starting to pop out. Let's use the knife to say, hey, we want you to stay right where you are. And then we can use our fingers. This is my favorite.
One of my favorite. Were you about to say my favorite part?
Yeah.
Me too.
This little bit right here is just so much fun,
Goes in sandwiches and soups tomorrow.
Yeah, or gets ate up while we're slicing, and everybody else is inside.
That's what I meant.
Everybody else is inside, kind of having those wonderful conversations that you only get to have once a year. I love the wings too, so we'll just kind of spin those off. Stunner. Little bits and pieces there, kind of barbecue-esque. Look, that's the oyster. Whoa.
Hidden gold right there.
Yeah,
man.
that's the beauty right there. We'll put that in there and see if anybody recognizes it. And now we've got a boneless breast here. Okay. We've got these beautiful, you can hear it as it cuts through. There's these little crisp parts of the skin And that butter smoke does that. I really, you know, oftentimes I'll avoid hickory or, you know, apple woods or anything like that, putting more smoke in there, because there is moisture in that smoke and sometimes that skin can get rubbery. But when you just let the drippings hit the charcoal and that's your smoke, my goodness. I find too that slicing this thickness really helps those folks out who don't like the white meat. It's a great way to kind of mechanically tenderize it. Keeps that moisture content in there. Look at that. So, you know, in order to get kind of best of both worlds, depending on how many people you're serving, perhaps we leave this here, because as this cools down and we refrigerate it overnight, that's best for sandwiches, boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
Carved the next day, versus carving it now and having it in the refrigerator. So what if we did this? And then kind of shingle this.
Tell the story.
Yeah, we can even spin it out a little bit if we like. Again, presenting on the cutting board, telling the story, and now we start kind of building or showcasing. Oh, baby, you get right in there, and then somehow X marks the spot. Wow. Okay, now we're twisting into it. Now I'm feeling like we're locking it in. This is great. And then if you want, I'm gonna do this because I wasn't gonna do a sauce for this, but one of my favorites, one of my absolute favorites, and it couldn't be any simpler. Let's.
Is that honey?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And my brother makes a great honey, but I reached in the cabinet and this is what I pulled out. But let's right over the rib cage, which kind of saved us from the heat to begin with. Oh, let's take the top off of this baby.
What?
Honey and turkey are grand together, all right? And then honey and black pepper
Get out.
are magic as well. So here's a little black pepper.
Oh, wow.
And that's a great little dip. And then, why not? A little bit of contrast in color. Use your knife if you like and just kind of, warm that up too. But that's a fun little presentation for a sauce. We'll kind of stir that up so we've got this beautiful.
Wow, it's like stained glass.
Yeah. Of course, it's a little cool out here today, but. And then you take a little piece. Well, I'm gonna take this little piece right here on the corner and try this. Wow. Look at that. I mean, that's me. That's me all day. And then I'm just gonna use this side and just kind of right over top. Oh yeah. Wow. That's a bite I've been waiting all year for. The butter smoke is out of this world. That's a fabulous bite, and almost half the time. Spatchcock, butter smoke, technique driven. You let your ceramic do the work. Let the natural lump charcoal be your secret ingredient. That's a lot of fun. Moisture driven, texture driven, flavor driven. Folks, I implore you, give it a go. Give it a go. This is a lot of fun. Butter smoked turkey, black pepper honey, just a staple in my house. So happy Thanksgiving. As always, from our backyard to yours, cheers and happy grilling.